So Black History Month is essentially one of the most important months, I think, for me personally as an Indian, born and raised in Africa. So I was raised in a country called Zambia, and I've spent all my life growing up and being surrounded by wonderful people of different backgrounds and ethnicities. And I think in today's world and time, being put into almost the category of coming from Black, African, Asian, minority ethnic groups, I think Black History Month is just a beautiful way to empower and recognize people that have done a lot to change the world as it is today. Of course, I think in 2020, it's almost now more than ever with the Black Lives Matter movement, with I think the kind of global pandemic of, COVID-19 has just put people into a thinking mode, and it's given them so much more time to be able to research and sit down and look into all the things that I think were just brushed under the carpet before. There's so many events and tragic events that have been happening around the world with Black lives, and I don't just mean Black in the sense of African American. I mean Black in the sense of Black African Asians around the world. So definitely 2020 is showing a lot of change, in the academic sector as well, of decolonizing curricula, statues that are placed, monumental statues that have been placed around the world as well, and those are being fought for to be taken down. So yeah, it's definitely happening now. As I'm quite active on social media, and I was thinking, should I post someone every day, or should I post one person that I really think means a lot to me? And I thought about Nelson Mandela. The reason for this is South Africa is just a neighboring country not too far from my home country, in Zambia, and we've grown up hearing stories about him, songs, and just knowing what he has done and the kind of long way to freedom. That's his book, his almost infamous quote. After serving, I think, about 27 years in prison to try and revolutionize and change the apartheid system in South Africa and stand for the people of his country, it's not a normal thing to do, and it's not something that went unrecognized as well. And I think he, with Martin Luther King and a few others, paved the way for the generations to come and our generation today to be able to stand up for what we believe in. And in particular, there was one quote of his that I resonate with the most, and that's only because I've been in the education sector for almost 7-8 years studying, and I've done my PhD as well. And he said, education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. And that could not be any more true, or something that is perfect for the world today. So Louis Armstrong in the jazz player, the jazz musician, that's only because I think growing up, Dad always played a lot of these, tunes and songs in the house. And his famous song as well with a singer, her name slipped my mind, I apologize for that, What a Wonderful World. So that's something I think we all know, and it's a beautiful song. And for people who suffered so much, and I mean people, the Black, African, Asians, etc., that went through a lot to come out with something as beautiful as this song is really interesting. And it shows that having a positive mindset and being able to overcome a lot of things that they went through at the time, and release music that will resonate with everyone and of no color, not looking at race, color, or anything. I think it's beautiful. I think, especially today, as you mentioned, and you rightly so mentioned, 2020, I think we're not more knowledgeable now. The world is more aware in terms of access to information, access to the internet, access to resources, and people, networking, influence. There's so much that we have at our disposal now than we did before. And I think it is important that we continue to raise Black History Month and make people aware. And I think it's the younger generation as well as the older generation to make people aware of the struggles that people faced in the past, and being able to appreciate that and almost showcase. I think that's the word. It's showcasing the works and saying, this is what people fought for. Let it not go to waste. It's easy to say we're having Black History Month and appreciate and showcase wonderful people like Nelson Mandela, but then the month after, what are we doing about it? Are we going to let it go? Are we going to stop fighting for freedom, for peace, world peace, for togetherness, for change, equality, etc.? Or are we just going to do it in Black History Month? And I think it's important to make those changes now and ensure that it's being followed thereafter.